From Jack and Rose and their sizzling romance to April and Frank with their tumultuous, toxic love, Kate Winslet and Leo are well known for their lovemaking on screen, but looks can be deceptive because, as it turns out, Katie actually thought that filming Scenes with Leo was a bit weird. Let's find out which scenes weirded Winslet out. Okay, so for the sake of clarification, Kate isn't referring to the passionate lovemaking scene she had to do with Leo at the very start of her career in Titanic. The 1997 super hit movie was indeed gut-wrenchingly tragic. I remember bawling my eyes out when I finally watched it, but I wasn't allowed to watch it until I was a teenager, and I always wondered why. Turns out, parents aren't really comfy with the idea of their kids watching two people make intense, passionate love in the backseat of a vehicle. Also, of course, there was the forbidden love aspect, the defiance of class segregation, the angsty teenage rebellion. That's what made their scene in the film all the more captivating. Oh, and how can we forget the excellent cinematography of the scene? It almost seemed like a painting, especially the way Leo's hand slides off the fogged up glass of the car. Anyway, I'm getting a little too excited about this, but the point is, given that this was their first movie together and it was literally at the start of their careers, one would imagine that the actors would be a bit shy, and the newness of it all would be the reason why Kate was weirded out, but that's not quite it. I mean, there's a chance she felt a little awkward doing those scenes too, but as it turns out, Kate was more uncomfortable during the filming of her second film with Leo, Revolutionary Road. Wait, what? Why? There has to be an explanation for this, and there is. Kate Winslet's husband was present during the filming of those scenes. Yikes. Need we say anything more? Okay, so for the sake of context, our Titanic fame actress was married to director Sam Mendes. Okay, but side note, isn't it interesting, guys? She married a director named Jim Threppleton. They had a kid, they had a divorce, then she married Sam in 2003, had a son, and divorced again in 2010. And while we're glad the woman doesn't believe in staying in unhappy marriages, it's clear that she has a type in men. Hint, movie directors. Okay, before you all come at me, I want to clarify that I'm just kidding. But let's get back to the subject at hand. Sam Mendes was the guy behind the screen during the filming of Lenny D and Katie's second movie. And during the filming of the movie, he was literally calling all the shots during every scene. Yes, that includes scenes in which his wife was romancing some other dude. Oof. That must have been awkward for the both of them. No wonder Kate felt the need to say that each time she'd look up during the scene, her brain would immediately get confused. She'd think to herself, oh, my husband's here. But you know what surprises me the most, you guys? The fact that she didn't let this little hiccup take away from her exceptional performance during the film. The scene in Revolutionary Road didn't look awkward at all. On the kitchen table, even after getting into heated arguments, in the backseat of moving vehicles, slow, romantic lovemaking in bed. No matter where these two decide to make love, the chemistry between the pair is undeniable. No wonder Titanic was such a whopping hit. And they even got nominated for Golden Globe Awards for Revolutionary Road. Even though Revolutionary Road was a film about the ending of a love story, it was quite literally a suburban white couple's hellscape nightmare, a tale of dying dreams, and the monotony of everyday life, the way it eats away at love. Even that storyline did nothing to make the lovemaking seem less passionate. And honestly, both Winslet and Leo deserve a bit of appreciation for that. Oh, and her husband being present wasn't the only thing that made it slightly awkward, you know? Kate Winslet sees Leonardo DiCaprio as her brother. Don't you guys think it's really weird when actresses refer to their co-stars as brothers? Especially after having played their on-screen lover? And these two were the literal Romeo-Juliet of the 90s. But as it turns out, between 1997 and 2008, a lot had happened, and Katie here had developed a very close friendship with Leo, even despite all the rumors of their off-screen romance and the constant shipping by fans. The two always had a very platonic dynamic, and they became really good friends, to the point that Kate even referred to Leo as someone who was like her brother. As weird as that sounds to anyone who has seen them make love on screen, it's also kinda sweet. A tad bit incestuous perhaps, but hey man, it's Hollywood. Everything floats. And perhaps part of the reason why they have such easygoing chemistry is because of how close they are in real life. But chemistry isn't the only thing these actors share in common. They all share certain secrets. Don't believe us? Let's look at the insider details of Titanic that only the insiders knew. If we're really going to get into discussing what makes Leo and Kate such good friends, we can't ignore the fact that filming their first big film together and then watching it rise to universal fame is an experience that will unite anyone. But this pair is also brought together by shared secrets. They're literally the recipe for a good friendship. And I've recently discovered some of these secrets that only the actors filming the Titanic knew at that time. Like, for example, apparently on the last day of the shoot, someone spiked the cast drinks with a mind-altering drug. Yikes, quite the prankster. Or the fact that the film actually cost around $1 million per minute. And this one's really fun, guys. Leo's biggest companion on the set was his pet lizard. No wonder Katie wanted to befriend him. Who doesn't want to be friends with a cute guy with a cool pet? Oh, and that's not all. There's more actually. Did you know that James Cameron actually drew the nude of Kate Winslet himself? The one that Jack shows Rose in the film. You see, there's a lot about the film we didn't know, and a lot that brought them together the way they are now. But then again, the two are also at very different points in their career. And while Leo is busy dating 20-year-olds, Kate Winslet has other things in mind. Katie has started making love with women. Hold your horses. I'm not talking about her sexual preferences in real life. I'm referring to Katie's film, Ammonite, where she plays a character who is in love with another woman. Her co-star in the film is Saoirse Ronan, and these two lovely women are seen making love. And while I think that's a groundbreaking role to play, Kate did complain that she's bombarded with too many questions about their scene in the film. Come on, guys. The film was about more than just right? She pointed out that she's never asked this much about scenes with men. And to be fair, she's right. What is it with people and their obsession with women making love with one another? We really can't escape the male gaze, now can we? Either way, this role was a sign that Kate is still willing to step out of her comfort zone for different roles. I mean, the woman literally had a scene with Leo in front of her husband. Nothing can top that level of weirdness, can it?